There are pockets and significant pockets of the country where vaccines aren't happening because of those, you know, the anti-vaxxers or whatever you want.
They have to get the shot. The vaccinations are so important. This is really going around now. They have to get their shots.
Call them who have made significant headway in trying to convince parents they shouldn't vaccinate children.
What to think of that? I have many children. I had them all vaccinated. I'm not against vaccines.
In countries where you have measles all the time, nobody gets confused about this.
Science. There's so many layers of irony here. The first is that Ted Lieu's own congressional district, the people he leads, has a stunningly low vaccination rate. Ted Lieu's voters are so distrustful of vaccine science that measles and whooping cough have come back in force among children in his district. The Atlantic wrote an entire piece about this a few years ago. You should look it up.
Nobody gets confused about this.
Do you get mad about it?
I get more mad about the deaths we're not avoiding. I spend my time on the countries where you still have, in the case of measles, over 300,000 kids dying a year. In the case of diarrheal diseases, over 1 million a year.
I want to update you on the next stage of this momentous medical initiative. It's called Operation Warp Speed. That means big and it means fast. A massive scientific, industrial, and logistical endeavor, unlike anything our country has seen since the Manhattan Project.
After falling for 43 seconds, the time and barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy.
You really could say that nobody's seen anything like we're doing, whether it's ventilators or testing. Nobody's seen anything like we're doing now within our country since the Second World War. Incredible. Its objective is to finish developing and then to manufacture and distribute a proven coronavirus vaccine.
Talk about how vaccines are a miracle. They've saved millions of lives.
What to think of that? I have many children. I had them all vaccinated. I'm not against vaccines.
Have a vaccine, and we're going to fast track it like you've never seen before. If we come up with a vaccine, I think they probably will.
And who's in charge of that Operation Warp Speed?
We have, you know who's in charge of it, honestly? I am.
The second day of the Global Vaccine Summit. Last night, we had a great celebration of all the progress we've made in the global effort. We are much closer today to achieving the goal of universal coverage.
Fast as possible. Again, we'd love to see if we could do it prior to the end of the year. We think we're going to have some very good results coming out very quickly. The great national project will bring together the best of American industry and innovation, the full resources of the United States government, and the excellence and precision of the United States military. We have the military totally involved. We're also working very strongly with other countries who are also have some great scientists, doctors, and we're all working very closely together, and they're viewing us as the leader, and we are, the relationship with other countries on solving this problem has been incredible.
Unlike America, Israel seems to be able to fight wars very quickly. What is your secret? Because we don't seem to have the hang of that.
The secret is that we have America.
Yeah.
And America, you see, the point is that Israel
have a vaccine, and we're going to fast track it like you've never seen before. If we come up with a vaccine, I think they probably will.
And who's in charge of that Operation Warp Speed?
We have, you know who's in charge of it, honestly? I am.
There's 6 million kids a year still dying. Why aren't we getting vaccines out in Africa for diarrhea, for respiratory disease? Why don't we have a vaccine for malaria? Those are the things that I push forward. I wouldn't say I get angry, but I'm really impatient that we're not moving as fast as I'd like.
What to think of that? I have many children. I had them all vaccinated. I'm not against vaccines.
I want to update you on the next stage of this momentous medical initiative. It's called Operation Warp Speed. That means big and it means fast.
I walked in, his first sentence kind of threw me off. He said, Trump hears that you don't like what Trump is doing. And I thought, wow, but you're Trump.